you going to try to be early?
Yes, I'm trying to be early.
Are you going to be early for my party?
Yes, I am. No.
No.
You know I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For years, Ellen has been Hollywood's sweetheart, charming everyone with her wit and funny statements. She has smiled, cracked jokes, preached kindness, and even somehow convinced people that she is one of the nicest people in Hollywood. If only that were true. With the Epstein files and the Diddy saga on everyone's mind, the internet has started asking questions, digging through old interviews, revisiting old celebrity friendships, and connecting dots that have sent social media into a frenzy, and at the center of it all is a question: how much does Ellen actually know? As one shocking allegation after the other rocks Hollywood's biggest names, online investigators have picked their newest suspect to focus on. Her silence during major scandals, her decision to leave Hollywood for England. Coincidence? I think not, and the people online just might believe me too, because the timing is anything but suspicious. But what makes it all interesting and ironic is that years before everything blew up in our faces, one particular man has been warning us for years. His brutal award show monologues have made almost all of Hollywood very uncomfortable, but his recent revelation has left everyone in shock.
The first time I did it, like 10 years ago, the sort of press, particularly the industry press in America, was like, why is he saying these awful things to the most beautiful people?
The internet is saying that Ricky Gervais has revealed that Ellen might be worse than Diddy and Epstein. No one is sure how true this might be, but one thing is certain: Ellen was connected to 2 sexual offenders, and that might not be a coincidence. So could that be why people are digging old videos, looking through old tweets? Well, buckle up, because this rabbit hole just gets deeper, stranger, messier, and more controversial than people even realize. If you are on the internet, there's a 70% chance you've seen the claim circulating that Ellen DeGeneres is Hollywood's most prolific cannibal. And this claim did not come as a shock, because Ellen's name has been mentioned several times in the Epstein file, and even though the DOJ has said that a name being mentioned in the file does not amount to guilt, fans are not so convinced.
That the Epstein files reveal Ellen DeGeneres as, and I'm quoting this directly from the Post's, Hollywood's most prolific cannibal.
Everyone knows that Ellen DeGeneres is not just some Hollywood celebrity, she is the celebrity of daytime television. Anyone who is anyone in Hollywood has rubbed shoulders with her. So everyone is convinced that she probably has skeletons in her cupboard that would put Diddy and Epstein to shame. But if there's one celebrity that doesn't seem too surprised by this news, it's Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais has been the voice of advocacy against Epstein and his cohorts, but you know how Hollywood is? You either join them or you are out. And that's exactly what they did to Ricky Gervais.
He obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and f*** off, okay? So...
One minute, he was getting roles in the script, and the next minute, it was almost as if he had this huge "don't touch" sign on his back, and producers refused to work with him simply because he called out the upper echelon.
All the 200 million people watching at home in their pants who aren't winning an award, who aren't millionaires. It was a no-brainer, right? And I did take a risk. You know, some people said that could have been the end of my career. I could have been blacklisted. But I didn't do anything that bad the first time. The second time I went for it a little bit more. That was the...
You got a taste for it?
I got a taste for it, and I wasn't scared anymore, and I wasn't doing anything wrong.
Yeah, and they asked you back as well. I mean, that helps.
And they asked me back, you know, then... Yeah. But
one remarkable moment was during the Golden Globe Awards, where Ricky Gervais made a joke about Epstein being dead, and he didn't care, even though most of the people in the room were friends with Epstein. In that moment, you could see how uncomfortable everyone instantly became. Tight smiles and angry expressions, which just proved that Ricky Gervais ruffled a couple of feathers.
Live from the Beverly Hilton Hotel here in Los Angeles. I'm Ricky Gervais. Thank you. In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you, all you perverts. It was a big year. It was a big year for people.
Now back to the Ellen DeGeneres issue. While Ricky Gervais was making it his life mission to call out every dark person in Hollywood, one woman who built her entire career on smiling and being kind was doing sinister things behind closed doors. Fans immediately became suspicious of Ellen DeGeneres' always be kind motto when the whole Diddy scandal started. First, her buddy Diddy, who she always acts all chummy with, was slammed with sexual assault charge, and she claims to know nothing about it. I don't know about y'all, but it sounded suspicious. Everyone can tell that Ellen DeGeneres attended those freak-offs and might have not just watched, but also participated. It's weird that Ellen is linked to not just one, but two men who have been convicted of assault. Once would have been a coincidence, but twice? Now that's just wrong and suspicious. And it could only mean one thing. She too might not be so innocent, and if she really was, she wouldn't be friends with people like Diddy and Epstein. Fans wasted no time in digging for clues, and one tweet she made in 2016 immediately got people talking. She called Diddy Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff in a birthday post. As if that wasn't weird enough, she doubled down and said, "You don't need to know why." If the nickname didn't send warning bells before the last statement made all hell break loose, because why exactly did we not need to know why a 50-something-year-old man is called Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff? Even in the midst of the whole Diddy saga, while others were condemning or expressly distancing themselves from the music mogul, Ellen DeGeneres was completely mute on the issue and chose not to say anything or even try to clear her name. As if all of her controversial problems were not enough, the DOJ released over 3 million files relating to the Epstein case, and one name kept popping up. It showed up so many times that it became almost impossible to ignore. Now the question on everyone's mind, could Ellen also be as worse as Diddy and Epstein? Although there are no explicit explanations as to what exactly the relationship between Ellen and Epstein might have been, or why her name was mentioned in the file, fans cannot help but wonder that there must be something happening. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Ellen, who has lived in Hollywood for a very long time, has friends there, her life is basically there, all of a sudden moved to England for no reason, just around the time when there is a lot of heat surrounding the Epstein files. If that doesn't scream guilt, then I don't know what does. Also, fans were quick to suspect her because of her infamous work saga that rocked the internet years back. Well, for those of you who did not hear about the story, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. Back in 2020, a current employee of the Ellen DeGeneres show and 10 former employees came forward to accuse the show of racial discrimination, toxic work environment, and the you guessed right, sexual misconduct.
TV host Ellen DeGeneres responds to controversy surrounding her talk show. DeGeneres on Monday, September 21, issues an apology related to an alleged toxic workplace culture under her watch. This comes months after BuzzFeed News published a report detailing a culture of fear among her employees that included accusations of sexual misconduct, racism, and intimidations from the show's management.
Sure, none of the employees directly mentioned Ellen, but it was still her show, and the people accused of sexual misconduct were top producers, which she was supposed to be responsible for. But somehow, under her watch, it still happened. So you can't really blame the internet for immediately believing or saying that she might be in the same league with Diddy and Epstein, seeing as she herself has had a controversy of her own. Whether any of this is true is another question entirely, but one thing is certain. In today's social media world, once the internet decides you are a suspect, every single thing you do gets taken under a microscope, that even the littlest thing becomes a headline, and every single action becomes suspicious. And right now, Ellen DeGeneres has found herself at the center of one of the internet's most talked about stories, whether she wants to be there or not. What do you think? Could Ellen DeGeneres really be worse than Diddy and Epstein? Or do you think the internet is just reading too much into the entire situation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and do not forget to like and subscribe if you like this video.